Hi guys, absolutely nothing to do with the royal family, but I did promise some of you that I was going to show you how to make festive gonks. Enjoy! Firstly, I'm going to start wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, however it is that you celebrate Christmas. Also, for some people that don't say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you're having a good one. You've got all your shopping planned. Also, season's greetings, although I fear this is always for the odd random Christmas card from a neighbour or someone you don't like. So today we're going to teach you how to do Christmas gonks. We, as in me, myself and I. I have no idea why I just said we. So to start, you'll need a good old-fashioned sports sock, tube sock. You can get these really cheap from Poundland, dollar stores. It doesn't matter, they do not need to be expensive because they are to contain the base, which you need to cut off at an angle at the heel, such as my wonderful picture here shows. And then what you're going to do once you've got it at that angle, that works as the base. And you're going to loosely put some rice in the bottom, just plain old basmati rice, obviously not flavoured rice, and stick that in the bottom. And that is going to be used as your kind of anchor. It's to stabilise your gonk when he sits on the table. So you only want to fill it, I don't know, probably about 1/5 full, just so you've got enough weight to plonk it down and it kind of sits. And this is when you're going to stuff it. I went to the range and I bought this for a couple of quid. I don't know where you get it from, obviously in the States and Canada, but you know, it's just standard cushion filling. And that's where you get to the fun bit. You stuff them to the size that you want and get a big old bit of string and you just tie them off really tightly at the top. And then this creates your base. Then you grab a pair of matching socks or whatever colour socks that you like. I use the fluffy, stretchy, soft ones because they're a lot easier. And this is going to create the top and the bottom. So what I did here, you basically used the two socks and you can see one's going to create a top, the other one's going to be the bottom. This is really nice when you're doing a pair, like at the beginning of the video, the Mr. and Mrs. Gonk. Obviously here I've done several sections because everyone has decided that they want a gonk off of me. So I went to pretty much pound stores and stuff and found cheap fluffy socks. So once you've tied them all and you've got them, well, this is all the bodies as you can see here. I created about 7 of them tonight. You want to tie, as I said, the top of the tube sock off with a very tight piece of string. I glue the string in place and I also open up the middle and glue in the centre. This is just in case any rice grains or stuffing decides to come out. So you can see here my pink tiny little glitter glue gun. Again, I paid about £4 from the range. Next stage, raid your sock drawer. I have got loads of these because I use them for my ballet shoes in summer. Not that I do ballet, but it's just, you know, pumps really. And you want to get these, they're nice flesh coloured and they're perfect for the nose. So really stretch them out in your hands. You want to be able to make as many noses as you can. So using some stuffing and your thumb, create a ball inside the sock and then twist it round really, really tightly. As you can see here, this is going to make the formation of the nose. So then what you want to do is very similar to what you did with the top of the tube sock, and that is tie really tightly with a piece of string. Make sure you double knot it, and then I stuck some glue on it for me. As you can see here, Chia got very interested at this stage because she wanted, well, to eat the fluff. She ran off with several socks, then she grabbed something out of the box. So if you've got pets, you know, this is obviously something that they're very, very interested in helping you make, annoying as that is. She makes a pretty assistant, but a terrible helper. Now this is for the braids if you are making the female gonks. I basically cut several lengths of wool and stuck them down to a piece of cardboard. I then braided these to be stuck on later. Now this is the base. You have grabbed then one end of the pretty socks that you're going to choose to basically cover your gonk, and then you stick it on round about this far, leaving top of the tube sock. Now this is the fluff that I use for the beards. I've got all different ones. The longer the fur, the better. So what you want to do when you've got this fur is you don't want to cut it with scissors. You want to use a Stanley knife or some sort of sharp blade to cut the back of it. This being reasons if you use scissors, you will cut the fur and then you'll just end up with a really boring looking beard. Whereas here you can see where all of the fur is still really long and you can then position it to how you like, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So now that you've got your beard, flip it over. It looks like this. Give it a good brush. If you're going to style it at any point, that comes along a little bit later. The next stage is using tiny scissors for me. You want to cut just a tiny half semicircle at the top of the fur once you've obviously cut it all into position. And it's just so it can slip underneath the gonk's nose perfectly. As you can see here, I've then glued it into place. A glue gun is a must when you are making these. Do watch out, I have got several burns. Now that you've stuck the beard on and the braids on, you can then obviously stick the hats on and pull them down. You want to glue them in place. As you can see here, I started playing around with his moustache and then I decorated them. Again, using a glue gun. She's got a bell on top of her head. He's got lots of stars and glitter, but you can really go to town and make them as crazy as you like. These are gonks I made earlier in the show. No, just kidding. I made them last week. My mum taught me how to make them. I hope you guys have fun creating your very own gonks. Remember, as creative as you get, as festive as you get, a gonk is not just for Christmas. They are for life. So I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and I will see you soon.
Love and festive kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.